Hello and welcome to another video tutorial on how to customize G4 My Little Ponies. This video is brought to you today by FishPish Media, also known as FishPish at Etsy, and can be found on Facebook as Emma Kane Artist. Today we are going to be showing you how to fix a My Little Pony that has had a few accidents with the craft knife while the neck joint was being removed. Our little victim today was a little Rainbow Dash pony. As you can see, she's got a cut, quite bad cut, on her neck joint, just there and just there. So we are going to now be fixing said cut. A lot of the cuts can be covered up with paintwork once it's done, so no glue or anything like that is needed. This is usually these type of cuts here. If you see, there's a couple of little light marks on her neck. This is where the craft knife point was accidentally put through her neck. It's quite smooth, you don't need to worry about putting anything on there. Also there's a little V shape here. We'll be putting a little bit of glue on there, but we don't need to worry too much about it. It's just mainly this big bit here and that bit there. Okay, so we need to use a special type of super glue. The type I like to use is this one, the Loctite Super Glue Powerflex Control. Its super glue is a little bit more gel-like. It isn't as runny. It means that it's likely you won't get your fingers stuck together. If you do get your fingers stuck together, do not pull them apart. Put them under warm water. Or if you have nail varnish remover, stick them in nail varnish remover for a little while and they will come apart. Okay, so we'll take the lid off. These two sides squish together, which mean that it is a lot easier for artwork. Just pull the side of the flap. Just pull the side of the flap down. Put a big dollop in there, and as you can see, it is quite a jelly type super glue. Make sure you've got the neck joint on the right side. Put a little bit more on this side here. You want to start putting it together. Now this is where I'm going to put my glove on, because I have got my fingers stuck to these ponies more times than I'd like to admit, and you're just really just sort of keeping it together. You don't need to try and do all cuts at once. You really don't need to try and do all cuts at once. Just give it a little nudge. You don't need to pinch it. As long as the outside is tidy, that's all you need to worry about. You don't need to worry about the tidiness of the inside. No one is going to see that. Sort of give it a little bit of a stroke both ways. And once you know that there's no more glue on the outside, you can then use your thumb just to make sure that it is quite flat. Do not worry if you can feel a line, it'll be fine. By the time you put glue on it, barely anyone will notice. So as I said, there was one more on this side. Just need to wait until this glue has dried a little bit better. As you can see, as you might better see, it's still a little bit wet on the inside. And you can see, look, I'm pushing that, and it's now starting to. It's actually dried on the outside. I'm going to put a little bit more glue on the inside of this. Of this bit here, because we'd like it to be as secure as possible. Make sure you don't get super glue fingers near your pony. And just check, make sure you've got everything. As I said, you will feel red ridges. As I said, you will feel ridges You don't need to worry too much about that. By the time you put glue on, as I said, it'll be fine. So that feels like it's stuck down now. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in this teeny little hole here. So I'm only going to use a little bit just like that. Use the finger to try and get it into the hole. Don't worry about using a tissue to get it off, just rub it with the gloves. You don't really want tissue stuck to your pony. It's a devil to paint over. Okay, so that now feels quite smooth and that will dry quite quick. Don't paint over your pony after you've put super glue on it. Well, don't paint over your pony for at least a couple of hours after you've put super glue on it. I usually wait around 24 hours before painting my ponies, especially if I've had to put super glue on. This also gives time for any residue or anything of the chemicals that you may have used to remove the neck joint or the hair to evaporate and disappear. And there you have it, easy peasy. As I said, it will look like a little bit of a mess. As you can see, there's little sort of lines and dots all around her neck. The more ponies that you customise, the better they will be. The less chance that it will be that you accidentally slice her neck open. But until then, you have to remember it is likely you will break a pony while you're trying to do it. But you don't need to worry about throwing it away. It's always fixable. Even if, for example, the cuts on here are too bad to be glued by super glue, you can just always make her a little necklace out of Fimo or epoxy sculpt. Just make a little necklace, or give her a little cloak out of fabric if you don't know how to sculpt, and cover it up in one way or another. But never try and fix it too much until after you've put the glue on, because you may find that the glue actually sorts itself out after you've painted it. Okay, so thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more tutorials on how to customise G4 My Little Ponies. If you have any questions, please do leave it in a comment below. As I gain more questions, I'll be making it an FAQ, and if your question has already been answered, I will point you towards the FAQ for you to be able to find it. Okay, thank you.